August 21st, 1911 seemed like a normal Monday morning at the Louvre, home of the world-famous Mona Lisa. In fact, even when guards noticed that the Mona Lisa was missing, they weren't worried about it. "It's probably at the photographer's," they said. If they had asked the photographers about it, they would have realized there was a serious problem. It wasn't until the next morning that they closed down the museum and called the police, who were not afraid of the challenge. They predicted they would recover the painting that week. "Never fear, we're good at this." They were very interested in the museum's staff, asking them where they had been when the painting was stolen, what they had been doing that night, and even whether they had stolen the painting or not. They would have solved the investigation right away if only the thief had been one of the staff. But he wasn't. The police did everything they possibly could. They reenacted the scene and even tried the modern technique of dusting for fingerprints. Then, 1 week later, they found nothing. Suddenly, though, a local Parisian newspaper received a mysterious phone call. The caller admitted that he had stolen several statues from the Louvre 4 years earlier. He explained that his employer, the world-famous art critic Guillaume Apollinaire, had ordered him to steal the artworks so he could give them to a promising young Spanish artist called Pablo Picasso. The police then accused Apollinaire and Picasso of stealing the statues and stealing the Mona Lisa. Apollinaire admitted stealing the statues, but they both denied taking Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece. Again, the police had no evidence, so they had to let them go. If they hadn't let Picasso go, he might not have gone on to paint any more masterpieces. The world of art would have been totally different. For 2 years, sightings of the Mona Lisa were reported in New York, St. Petersburg, Switzerland, and South America. The police were annoyed by the false clues and began to get tired of chasing the Mona Lisa all over the world. But the truth was that the painting had never left Paris. It was in the bedroom closet of a man named Vincenzo Peruggia. Peruggia was a house painter and carpenter who had worked in the Louvre. He had even helped to build the Mona Lisa's protective glass case. On the night of August 20th, 1911, Peruggia slept on a staircase in the Louvre. The next morning, he dressed in an artist's white smock, lifted the painting from the wall, put it under his smock, and walked out of the museum. If he had been able to find a buyer for the painting in Paris, he wouldn't have kept it in his closet for 2 years. Finally, he secretly took the Mona Lisa to Italy. In Florence, he contacted an art dealer called Alfredo Geri, who promised to give him a huge financial reward. He met the dealer, gave him the painting, and received a 1-year prison sentence. Peruggia was put in prison and the Mona Lisa was returned to France, more famous, more iconic, and more valuable than ever before.
Okay, so we already saw this story. So please pass to your notebook these 4 sentences and please check true or false. Okay, this is your listening exercise. Let's see how good you are at listening and comprehension. True or false on these 4 sentences. So please pause the video and pass them to your notebook. Okay, and the second part of listening is you have to pass also these 6 sentences, please. And you're gonna say the guards stole the Mona Lisa, painted the Mona Lisa. So you are going to match the people with the correct information. So also pause this information so you could pass it to your notebook. Okay, Thank you. This is listening. Let's see how good you are at listening.